Hello, my name is Jonathan Harris from Worldwide Camera Exchange. Often I'm asked about Hasselblad screens and the differences between the three main types of Hasselblad screen. So I thought I'd spend just a few minutes explaining the differences. First of all, if you need to take the screen out of the camera, just pull the waist level finder off or the prism off if it's got a prism fitted. And there are two little bars just there and there. You just need to push those bars in like that with your finger, then the whole screen drops off onto your hand. To put it back in, drop it back into position like that. You don't need to pull those bars back across, because when you slide the viewfinder back on, those bars will automatically come across. A lot of people use screwdrivers and biros to try to get those two bars back across, but that just isn't necessary. So once you've got the screen out of the camera, how do you tell the difference between the three main types? Now, fundamentally, there are three screens. There's the standard screen, which is this one. This was made for 500C, 500cm, the early motorized cameras and the early 2000 series cameras. There was an acute mat, which was the updated version of this, which was introduced with the 503CX. Now, the acute mat is a slightly brighter screen. A lot of people do prefer them to the standard screen because viewing is quite a bit easier. The acute mat screen then was improved, apparently, and Hasselblad introduced the acute mat D screen. Now, I've used all three screens, but I've used the acute mat and the acute mat D screen, and I have to say there's very little difference between the acute mat and the acute mat D. But that said, it's very important to be able to tell which is which, because if you're buying a camera, if you're buying, for example, a 501cm or 503CX or 503CW, they should be fitted with the latest screens. And what you don't want to do is pay top dollar for the camera and end up with an old screen fitted. And it's amazing. It amazes me how often you see newer cameras with older screens fitted, where I suspect sellers have just swapped the screens over, hoping nobody would notice. So, first of all, just going back to the first type. Now, side by side, these look identical. I mean, it's very difficult to tell them apart. I mean, some have split image, some have microprism, but fundamentally it's difficult to tell them apart. With the standard screen, just hold it up to a bright light and look through it. All you'll see is a heavily diffused white light. You'll see nothing other than that. If you hold an acute mat up to a bright light, you'll actually see the light refracting. So you will see rainbow effect. You don't see the rainbow effect if you hold the standard screen up to a bright light. So with the acute mat screens, the easiest and most obvious way to tell the difference between them is just hold up to a light, and if you see a rainbow effect where the light is being refracted, you know that's the acute mat. Okay, so next question, how would you tell the difference between the acute mat and the acute mat D? Well, the acute mat D has got two little notches cut in the frame. Probably very difficult to see on the video, but I'll just drop in a photo so you can see exactly what I mean. Now, if you can see those two notches, it's an acute mat D that you've got. Okay, so just to summarize quickly, 500cm cameras, the first cameras had the early, fairly dull focusing screen. That was replaced by the acute mat, and that subsequently was replaced by the acute mat D, which has the two little notches. I hope you found that useful. If you have any comments, please stick them in the box below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.